Okay, and then this is just your information sheet, so just to let you know what I'm doing and what's going to be going on and all that. And then when you're done with that, if you could just sign a consent form. It just basically the consent means you're happy to talk to me, you're happy for me to record what we're doing so I can use it, lesson plans, that kind of thing. So.
I'm about to finish the second last.
That's all good.
That's all.
Yeah, that's great. That's just some basic, and then if you can just sign that, it's just, yeah, like I said, basically just to say that you're happy for me to be here and to...
My name here.
Yeah.
Just my signature. My name first.
You can just write your signature or whatever, that's fine. I'll know it's you.
It's the first name, right?
Yes, it is. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Right. And that you can keep that, like I said, that's just to tell you what my research is about. So, if you're happy, I think we will have time because on average, my interviews are taking me about 15 minutes.
Okay, that's fine.
So I've got
as long as by 5:02, I'll be able to fetch my little ones.
Have you got? Okay, I've got my watch, so I'll just keep an eye on it for you. I aim to be finished at about 25:02 or 1:45, so then you've got plenty of time. But so it's going to feel like quite a few questions today because it's 2 interviews in one. But
I'll answer the one that I'll be able to answer. Yeah. Then if I'm stuck, I'm stuck.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. Okay. Please, no pressure. And like I've said to the other teachers, it's not about me trying to find out to judge. It's me. What my research is what teachers are doing in the classroom and how they feel, how their experiences are, what their realities are. So it's not you should be doing it like this or you shouldn't. So don't worry. Like whatever you answer is 100% fine.
Right.
Okay, so the first one is a bit of a tough one to start with. Is what is your personal philosophy towards language teaching? In other words, what do you believe about language teaching yourself?
Okay. What I do believe about language, first of all, I must just tell you why I like teaching language. I think it's similar to what you're asking. I didn't when I was studying at the UNISA University of Transkei. I'm coming from Transkei anyway.
Okay.
So I saw so many kids that are going to modest schools, and it was like our language, my home language, is just fading away. So it was like people aren't interested. And I mean, you can see that most of the black kids, they're going to modest schools, and even if they're chatting, they don't chat or talk using the home language. They're using the Western Cape or whatever.
Okay.
So I told myself that no man, I must do this. I must measure with the isiXhosa and then English. So those are the 2 things that I measured when I was in university and then Transkei College of Education. Because I also went to the college.
Okay.
So now, so I told myself that now, in these 2, the most one that I want to implement and I want to teach, wherever, it doesn't matter, go to overseas, whatever, but I want people to know that isiXhosa will exist till the end. So I want to teach it because I'm proud of what I am.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah.
So now, to your question, I think I tried to answer your question.
No, that gives,
but now to your question, when I came here to Cape Town, I was employed here, and then I told myself, no man, some people, like white people, they are willing to speak the language, but they don't know how and when. So fortunately, I was employed in this school, and this school was the school that is having the language. So I told myself, now, this is my dream. I have to teach the language, just the basics, because I've realized that some kids, the parents, they don't have the basics. It's not an easy language, but it is an easy language because this is the one of the language that is spoken in Western Cape. And it is.
Yeah.
It is because the majority of the people are coming from Eastern Cape. Even the people that are coming from Joburg and KZN, they also speak the language. Though they use it as a slang language.
Yeah.
But they do speak the language.
Okay.
So I don't know whether you need another.
No, that's perfect. That's lovely. Do you feel that the CAPS documents for the FAL?
No, it's SAL.
SAL.
Mine.
Oh, yours is a SAL.
Yes.
Okay. Allows you to approach language teaching in a way that reflects that for you.
Yes, they do. As a result, last year, let me start from grade 1 to grade 4 now, because it wasn't implemented officially. So as from last year, the Department of Education implemented SAL as one of the languages must be taught in schools.
Okay.
So they started the grade 1 and the grade 2s. So I think they say there will be a training or course for grade 3s. So to your question now, I think I don't know if you talk about the Department of Education or talk about the school now in that.
Or the curriculum itself. So what you have to teach.
So the CAPS document now, they do have the CAPS document for the cell for the schools in Western Cape.
Okay. So, and you think that you can work with it, you're happy with it?
And I am happy with it because the most important thing is the basics.
Okay. And that's what it's doing. Okay.
Yes.
What skills do you think are the most important for learners to have when they're learning a language like this?
The skills that they have, I don't know what you're talking about now.
So is it reading? Is it being able to think critically? Is it being able to speak it?
Okay. Now that this is SAL, the aim of teaching the language is just to communicate.
Yeah.
As I said to you that I have to teach them the basics. So reading is just for their own time. And then thinking and whatsoever is just for their own time.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is to communicate. But I know that they can't say the thing without reading the word first.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is to teach them how to communicate.
Just to be able to
because you'll find that in their houses they have aunties that they can speak their language, their own home language, which is English.
Yeah.
But they only speak isiXhosa. So it's where now I have to fix the crack that is in between by teaching them the basics. For instance, I used to say them, if there's only one word in your sentence, like you say, I want amanzi. You see, the amanzi there is a Xhosa word. So the person that doesn't speak your language, she will be able to know what you want.
Yeah.
Because there is a word there that she knows. So the message is there.
The message gets passed on.
Exactly.
That's good. Okay. Do you use technology or iPads or computers in your lessons at all?
No, as you can see in my classroom, I don't have the...
Oh, you don't even have the smartboard?
The smartboard, so I just use the posters.
Okay, so you've got the posters.
You can see that I have posters in my classroom.
All right. And do you... how do you feel about the curriculum as a teacher currently? So what you are told you have to teach as part of your lessons?
I am happy. I don't know whether it's because sometimes I'm a CA also.
Okay.
So I am happy because the way sometimes I present the lesson to the teachers, so I feel like this is what I'm also doing at my school. So I would like them to do it at their schools.
Okay.
So yeah, as long as they have the resources, and the department is also supplying the resources to teach the language, because you cannot teach the language without the resources.
Yeah. And do you find you have enough resources?
Okay, coming to that one now. In the previous years, as from 2018, right in the beginning, we're not having the enough resources because the department wasn't involving themselves to this, but now that they have involved themselves, so it seems as if they're getting them, because we have books and so on now only for the babies, because for the senior phase I have to find the resources, like the poster that you're seeing there, I have to go and find the resources. But grade 1 and grade 2, the department now is
Is very good.
Yeah, it's very
and
good.
Grade 4 specifically?
No. Grade 4 specifically, we haven't. They haven't.
They have nothing.
But you know what? Coming to what they have delivered to us for the grade 1s and grade 2s. I mean, like this, for instance. Okay. You can use this in grade 4 because the family members, there's the people that they have to know in Xhosa, they have to know how to greet them, they have to know how to talk to them. So this is, to me, it's, you can use it up to grade 7.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Because some kids, they're coming from other schools, they don't have any basic, they're coming from overseas.
Yeah.
So I have to start some fresh by showing them this. And I mean,
it works.
It works.
It's nice and bright.
It works.
Nice.
It is. So it's not just for grade 1 and grade 2, you know?
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's brilliant. Would you like to change anything with regards to the curriculum? If you could put something in that you'd like the learners to be taught, or
what I would like, as a result, I raised this one when we're having the meeting there with the manager from Department of Education. Grade 1 to grade 1, they don't write the language.
Oh, okay.
That's, to me, it's giving them hard times when they come to grade 2. Because in grade 2 they do write the language, and now they've never ever. It's like they don't read in grade 1 the language, they don't write. They just sing. They told us they must sing and play. They must sing songs and play games. Yes, I do understand that is the only way to learn the language through. But now in grade 2 they have to start writing the first vowel R. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know they have A in English, but now when you change it, because the pronunciation is not the same, so you have to twist their mind to this, although it's already twisted. But to me, to start writing, having a book, is a concept book in grade 2, is not impressing me. Grade 1. Right. You see, now you are here for grade 4, but I have to start from...
But it builds up, yeah.
And then now, grade 2 and 3, we're not allowed to assess them.
Okay.
We have to do informal assessment. So now you end up not knowing if the child is on the same boat with you. Because they have to work in pairs. So you mustn't assess a child just alone. A child just gets assessed with in a group or in pairs. So now in there, you don't know whether the child is in the same boat as you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then now in grade 4, then it's whereby now they have to do tests, orals, written oral, and exams. And I'm telling you, it's so difficult for them because they have to be in a box.
And they've gone from learning a language as a fun,
all
and
those
now
things,
suddenly
assess. Now it's assess.
Okay, so you think that's a big...
So now it's a big gap, and now it takes a long time, even if they're writing in grade 4, writing a test. I'm telling you, have to take 2 days.
For them to write a test,
to write a test out of 10, because they are not used to think on their own.
Yeah.
I don't know what I have to say. They're not independent. They were so dependent for all those 2 years. I'm not talking about grade 1, grade 2, and grade 3. They were like working in groups and in pairs. You know, when you work in groups, you don't have to think that much. Yeah. But now in grade 4, you are just in a box alone.
Sure, that must be such a big jump for them.
It is. But you have to be patient.
Yeah, patience is a teacher's thing, hey?
That's it.
How do you think that your language is perceived? So, how do you think people view it as part of the curriculum? Do you think it's given enough? Is it taken seriously enough? Is it not given enough?
Some parents, you see, not that they don't have any idea. I'm not blaming them. Yeah. They're not having any idea of what's going on. As a result, if I'm giving the grade 4s a homework, it comes back to me because they have to come back to me to, you see, I don't mind helping them, but it's so difficult because the school is very busy, and I'm only seeing them for 30 minutes. So it's just an hour in a week.
Sure, that's not very much.
That's not very much. Yeah. So now I have extra lessons on a Wednesday for 30 minutes again, because the other days I am busy. Yeah. Also with the school things. So now some parents are not they are not interested. Some of them they are. So those that they are interested, they have kids that they carry on doing the language up to high school. As a result, some kids they also do the language in university. Like there's so many kids. Someone was here on Tuesday saying thank you to me because now he is a doctor.
Oh, wow.
And he said to me, you know what, Miss Kula, you help me because I work in Khayelitsha. I don't know whether you know where Khayelitsha is. So he works in Khayelitsha, those hospitals there. And he said to me, you know what, I just use the basics that you told us. Kunjani Sisi, and then Sisi will carry on. And then he told me that I just grab one word and then I'll just get the flesh and blood as long as the bone is there.
Oh, wow.
So that's what I'm just trying to say. Yeah,
it doesn't. But people, the ones that grab it really use it, which is good.
But it's bright kids.
Yeah.
To be honest, the kids that are gifted, like the one that I was talking about.
Yeah.
They're so keen to do the language.
Yeah.
So, you know, kids aren't the same. So to those now, they just feel like, why must I do it? And they say that.
And you struggle with that. And they walk into the classroom with that, why must I do it?
So I must have a smile all the time. Even if it's not...
even if you're not feeling
Yeah.
So I've sort of already asked... You've got the answer to this, but you don't have any access to technology in your classroom.
No.
So you've got a laptop, but you don't plan lessons.
The laptop that I have is to plan do my lesson plans, my weekly things, and my assessments, and to do the stuff and things, just the mark thing now, and the other things.
Okay, so it's really
not... You can see there behind me on the board, that is the things that I have to put up there.
All that stuff. Yes. Okay, so it's really just for you. You don't have access to using it in your classrooms at all. And is that, I suppose that's, you've worked here for many years, hey? So have you worked in other schools?
This is the 19th year now in Western Cape. Okay, so I worked in Transkei after I finished my school.
All right. Sure. So how much training have you received, either from the department or from the school or whatever?
From the department now, it was like for all these 17 years, there was no training and workshop.
For the SAL. For the SAL. Yeah.
We only started last year.
Okay.
For grade 1 and grade 2, which is now they're still waiting for the grade 3s, as you said.
Okay.
But I wasn't just sitting because my management, they were very, very busy looking for curriculum advisor and they tried to help me.
Yeah.
They tried.
Okay, that's nice. So the school's very supportive.
They are.
Yeah. Okay.
They are.
Oh, that's brilliant. And then obviously, have you had any training with digital technology, using technology in the classroom?
No.
You wouldn't though, because you don't. Okay. And certainly you haven't had it from the department or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
They only sent the CAPS document, it was 2017 or 2016, without get us trained. So I have to train myself.
Oh, wow.
I have to know how to use CAPS document.
Oh, wow. So they didn't even try?
4 to 7.
Okay.
They haven't trained. They only started last year.
Wow.
So I'm just using what I got last year to the senior fees, because to me it's similar and it's the same.
Yeah. Okay. So now these questions now that I'm going to move on to, those are sort of the general ones. So this will be more focused on your lessons itself. So if you can have, the beginning ones will be more general lessons. I'm just keeping an eye on the time as well for you. Just, how you generally plan a lesson, and then towards the end, if you can think of that one lesson that you, and then I'll go into detail on one grade 4 lesson. Okay. But we'll start off with just the general.
Okay.
So the first thing is, the CAPS cycle works in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Well, at least it does. How many of the lessons that you plan in those 2 weeks are you using the CAPS document exactly as it is?
I have to. Now that I went to training, I have to stick on what they said according to CAPS document.
Okay.
So, like, the lesson plan that I have, it was the 21st to today, which is 2 weeks.
Okay.
But the weekly plan is 21st to the 25th. Then I have to stick on that according to CAPS. But now that the time is so... And I understand the kids are not using the language out there.
Yeah.
They're only using the language here in my classroom, maybe when they have their friends outside. It's just they don't have time.
Yeah.
Then you see them, you read, from their faces that they didn't understand what you were saying. So you can't just carry on or move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
So now I'm out of CAPS.
Okay. So you plan to stick to CAPS, but you find in reality, you kind of go away from that plan. Okay.
Exactly.
And how much of the actual lessons that you plan are for activities that you are designing because of what's in CAPS? So say, for instance, you said a story or a grammar exercise or whatever it is, and it's because it's in CAPS specifically that you've planned that lesson. It's not just, I want to do this today to teach them. It's,
you see, now, according to a story now, because it can't be 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You see, from the first lesson, if I'm going to teach them a story or read a story, the first thing I have to do, I have to take some words from the story, write them on the flashcard. They have to know how to say the word.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that will be that 30 minutes, or else it's not even, the next lesson I have to do the same thing. They have to learn how to say the word, because they can't go to the story without knowing how to say the word.
Okay.
Then the next lesson, they have to know what it means. You know what I'm saying? That's a long thing.
Yeah.
Then now, the second week, which is now, that should be the last week for CAPS.
Yeah.
For that story. Let's say the story is, a day on the field, or swimming the swimming day.
Yeah.
So now the next lesson now, again, I have to see if they have the previous knowledge of how to say the word, how to read, how to read and the meaning of the word,
Yeah.
It's a long thing.
Yeah.
Then now the third week, then we will sit down and I have to read it. They have to listen to me the way I read the story.
Okay.
Then now the next lesson is their turn to read. You see?
so the CAPS sort of you
I'm
stick
out
to
of
it,
but there's nothing that I can do. I have to do like that
to make sure they're actually
to
learning.
make sure that they I can't say, okay, read this word, and
they've got nothing. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm going to skip these because you don't do any technology.
No,
so I'm just going to. That's nice. It makes the interview a bit quicker. So let's move to like a specific lesson. So have you got one in mind that you use? So can you run me through what that lesson would be?
Okay.
On paper, not necessarily how it works in the classroom, but on paper, what would that lesson be?
Okay, the lesson plan is right in grade 4. We were doing, let's say I have to, if you're doing a lesson plan, recycle weights. Okay. I don't know whether you know about that. It's like the previous lesson, the ways that you use on the previous lesson. Yeah. Because you always start from the known to unknown.
Yeah. Okay.
So I have to do that. That will take me for 5 minutes. So that's 5 minutes there. That it says 5 minutes there.
Yeah.
Recycled weights.
Okay.
Then now to today's lesson. Let's say it says in class. So what we're going to do now in class, they have to look around the class and they have to tell me what they see in their home language. That's what I wrote there.
Okay.
In their home language, because it's always from the known to unknown.
Okay, yeah.
Then after they have told me, then I'll show them now the phrase. Definitely they know now how to say the vowels. They're on the board.
Okay, yeah. So they've got them. Yeah.
They've got the vowels. So now when I show them the phrase cards, let's say the child said to me, "Ma'am, I see a table." Here's a table. Right now, then I'll show them the word table in Xhosa. Then they have to sound that word, the vowels first. That's what I wrote there.
Okay.
They have to sound it. Then after they sound, they have to tell me what it is. Then if they can't, then I'm there now to help them.
Okay, brilliant. All right. And that would be the lesson.
That would be the lesson.
And you'd obviously have a whole bunch of different
pairs.
And then
different pairs, not individual. Okay. Because CAPS doesn't allow to expose a child.
Okay, so it must be always
pair sometimes.
We'll do. It's teachers, Okay, so in CAPS they must always work in pairs. They mustn't ever work individually.
You mustn't expose a child.
But then when you assess them,
when you do the test now, you see he is or she's in the box.
Yeah.
Then it's not you're not exposing him.
Yeah.
Because she's writing what she knows on the paper. But now to say it in class, you're exposing the child.
Yeah. Okay, I get. So you're not calling them out.
No. CAPS doesn't, but I do sometimes because I want to get and they're also willing to say.
And at grade 4, they're happy. So
they're happy. They are.
Okay. Yeah. And it says specifically in the CAPS document, don't call children out one by one. It must
no, it must work in pairs and in groups.
Okay. Wow. That's interesting. Because they don't say that in English or Afrikaans.
Is it?
No. Well, but then it's also the English that I know is the home language. They always say,
make your lesson, they must have fun all the time.
Okay.
To the last minute.
Right.
So now if you're pointing at the child, you're pointing at Kate, and Kate is clueless, then Kate will end up not wanting to come to the lesson again.
And then do you find then that's a difference between how they're used to learning in class and then when they must sit down and write an assessment? Do they struggle with that?
They do struggle, but as I said to you, kids aren't the same. They're like our fingers.
Yeah.
The kids are always putting up their hands at the bright kids. Some are bright, but they're shy. Like Katie, or maybe she won't put up her hand.
Yeah.
Though she knows everything. I've got kids like that.
Yeah.
When it comes to writing, she will get 100%.
Yeah.
But when I say, okay, what do you think? What do you say? What do you say? So now that I know them, though she's quiet, I know that she knows everything.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then the last thing, you're lucky because you don't use technology, so it's cut out a whole bunch of my questions.
Thank you very much.
But the last one is, so when do they actually ever work with a story? So like you said, they will read a story. When do you choose that story? Does it come out of the textbook, or how do you choose what they read?
For instance, now, as I said to you, this from last week to this week, we were talking about in class. Then now I have to find a story that is related to my topic.
So you
because we don't have textbooks, as I said to you, for the grade 4s. I have to find a story from somewhere.
Where do you find them?
I have so many books. I do find things.
Okay, so you have books.
Yes, I have books. You can look behind you. I have so many books. I have so many things. And I also use the books from grade 2.
Yeah.
They have books that they send to us. They talking about children in class, all those things, and some books that they're there on the shelf.
Okay.
I Google sometimes and get those books, and then there are some stories there that are talking about the kids that one child wanted to bring a cat to her class as a show the teacher, those things like that. Yeah. Okay. And then they sat down and the cat was in a bag because she was also afraid to show the other kids, and then the teacher wasn't having time. So now the cat got out of the bag while the teacher was teaching. So that is a story in class.
Yeah. Okay. And they enjoy it.
Yeah, they enjoy it. But before that's what I said to you. I have to show them the flashcard, the ways that will be from that story.
Okay. So you find a story, you prepare.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yes.
And so you've got lots of textbooks, but every so often, do you know Nali Bali?
No.
I must leave it for you. The Xhosa teacher at Diza uses it. It's stories online.
Is it?
Yeah. So you've got a lot.
No. But she said, just leave it with me because I want resources.
Because she said to me her problem with it, because she's also obviously grade 4, but they are FAL.
Oh, okay.
So it's a big difference. It's a big difference.
It's a big difference. Yes.
But she was saying even with FAL, the Nali Bali stories are lovely, but she sometimes finds they're a bit long for the kids.
Oh, okay.
But she says there are lots of them, so I'll write it down for you.
But even the story is so long, you can make it shorter and make it like to your topic.
Yeah. So you don't
have to read the whole thing. You can retype it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just get the things that you want the kids to know about the topic that you're having on the day. For instance, the story that I've just said to you about the cat and the child. It doesn't long because this child, she cried at home because mommy didn't want to give her pancakes, something like that. You know what I'm saying? So the story started from home.
Yeah.
So that home thing, I left it out.
Yeah.
And then I started with the one that she asked the mom if she can bring the cat to school.
Okay.
So I started from there.
So you often take like a book and you make it your own.
Yes.
So
and I didn't tell them about what happened at break time because it's out of the class now.
Yeah. Okay. And you're focusing.
Yes.
Okay.
Like in class. Yeah. What happened in class.
So that's great. So you've got it, but you can't just take something and photocopy it. For instance, you often have to create your own.
Create my own.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh wow.
And also this child wanted her cat to write, all those things, and the cat cannot write.
Yeah. They must love those stories.
Oh, they do. And sometimes you just make up a story so that the kids will be having fun in your class. That's all. Those things, I got these things from the workshop, the training that we went to last year, that make up a story. It's like the vowels in grade 1. You just make up the song. And the song that I made, they love it. They love it. You just make it.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
So don't forget to leave the...
Oh, yes. Let me... And then if you can... Just anyway.
You can write it here.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
I think it's .obi. So
I used to hear about this thing over the radio.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
in the morning or TV.
I think it's that. It might be .org, but I think it's OBI. Just check. But I'm sure if you just Google Nali Bali, it'll come up as well. Okay.
Thank you very much, Katie.
Pleasure. So if you can send me through that lesson plan,
I will.
or even if you can, that 2-week cap cycle lesson plan.
Okay.
So like the lesson plan, any 2 weeks, doesn't matter, but 2 week, like a cap cycle planning for you. That'd be great. Because you've got my email.
Yes, I have.
About to stick
I'll do that. But now we're struggling with the internet.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. My interviews have to be finished by next week. End of next week.
Okay. Let's hope by next week the interview will have, because the whole of this week we couldn't print our lesson, we couldn't hand in the weekly pen to the HOD, but she understands.
Yeah, no, I'm sure. Technology. That's the thing about technology.
Writing a test grade 6 next week, I couldn't hand in my test to be moderated, so I don't know whether
when they're going. No, that's fine. So the actual getting the lesson plans, that's fine. You can give them to me.
I'll do that.
But I just needed to get the interviews done before a certain date. You have timings. But the lesson plans and stuff, I'll only use those later when I'm writing up. And it's just for me, because obviously you know exactly what you had on the paper.
Yes.
So I can chat to you now, but when I'm writing it, I need to see it.
Yes. Don't worry, I'll send as much as I can.
Okay, that's brilliant. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you,
That was so helpful.
Thank you.
And you said that your HID wants to see me.
Yes, she said so.
Okay.
She said so.